Hi, I'm Charles Linden. If you've been told by somebody that agoraphobia and anxiety can't be overcome, and that you'll have to learn coping mechanisms to get through the rest of your life, always with underlying anxiety sitting there waiting to pounce, then those people are completely wrong. Let me tell you that in helping over 100,000 people worldwide now, well over 100,000 people, we have the experience and the knowledge to tell you categorically that you can and will overcome your anxiety completely, a complete anxiety cure, and that you can be agoraphobia-free in days. Now, let me tell you how that happens. Anxiety has been produced by some initial catalyst, an anxious catalyst that has caused you to become inappropriately anxious. And then a reset happens in your subconscious mind. And that reset happens by your brain taking on anxious behaviours. And new neural pathways of behaviour are then built which say to you consciously, okay, if I'm in a certain situation, if these things happen, these catalysts are present, then I must feel this level of anxiety. And at birth, it's at a preset normal level of anxiety. But as you develop anxiety disorder, that level goes higher and higher and higher, until you're constantly experiencing a higher level of anxiety. Now, if you experience agoraphobia is a coping mechanism, and what happens is you limit your geographic movements because of your anxiety, because you're trying to control the feelings and sensations you get, and possibly panic attacks, if you do go further out of your comfort zone, or away from people you trust. Now, I know how that feels, because I was agoraphobic for about 5 years, and sometimes I couldn't even leave my room. It was horrific. I mean, I was huddled by a radiator with a duvet wrapped around me, trying to keep warm in a cold apartment, alone most of the day, and feeling too ill to do anything. And it's horrific. And when I did try to venture out of the room sometimes, I'd have a panic attack. So I know how you feel if you suffer from agoraphobia. But let me tell you, I got over it in days. And when I say days, I mean literally less than a week, 4 days. I went from one day to the next day being able to go downstairs and out into the garden, the next day being able to walk around the block, and the next day be able to go out in my car, and so on. And I can guarantee that you can do the same. And I can teach you how to do that. Now, the Linden method will undermine the inappropriate anxiety that you feel on a daily basis, and that will undermine the whole agoraphobic reaction, and obviously the behaviours that support your agoraphobia. And then what I'm going to do is, if you use the link at the bottom of this page to join the Linden method, you'll see that I've added a Conquer Agoraphobia CD program, which is called Journey Out of Agoraphobia with Charles Linden. It's a fantastic little program I put together, and it's actually the recordings of me challenging my agoraphobia on a daily basis. And what you do is, if you play those tracks and do this over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, whatever feels comfortable for you in your situation, I promise you at the end of the week that your agoraphobia will be gone. And I'm telling you that if you combine the Linden Method program and my Journey Out of Agoraphobia CD and use that over a week, you are going to feel so much better. And you're going to find your world opening up again. Now, what I'm saying to you is very off the cuff and very honest. We've treated over 100,000 people with anxiety disorders, many, many, many of which have got agoraphobia or had agoraphobia. And I can promise you that nobody walks away with agoraphobia. Regardless of how it affects you or how severe you think you have agoraphobia, there is no level of severity of anxiety disorders. It's like having a cold. You've either got one or you haven't. How it manifests itself is entirely different in every person. But the point is, you have an anxiety disorder. We know how to get rid of that for you, and we can show you how. And I just hope you give us the opportunity to show you how we can do that for you. And as I say, use the link at the bottom of this page, and I promise you we'll do everything we can to get you completely well again. So take care, and I'd like to welcome you to the programme.